filtering through. When we meditate, we give ourselves time as our real essence, you know, as the observer of our thoughts and our feelings and our bodies and our circumstances and our preconceptions and our thought forms, our ideas, biases. When we meditate, we give ourselves time as the observer of that, as what we really are. I meditate. I meditate for an hour in a class, 1 day a week. And apart from that, in my own time, I tried to meditate. I tried to meditate every day. I aim to meditate every day. Or at least I say that. I believe that. I hope that. But I'm only able to when I'm really feeling calm enough to be able to do that, which is not all the time, which is not much of the time. And it doesn't feel like nearly enough. In this age, in this life, everywhere you go, you're bombarded with information everywhere. I said this in another video. You step outside, it's adverts everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. You look online, it's people sharing information, knowing, their egos knowing, my ego knowing, your ego knowing, that potentially lots of people are going to see this. And our egos want to keep us safe, I guess. Survival. And so the way people talk on the TV and on the internet, it's all very filtered and safe and controlled, you know. That people take risks as well. I'd say the vast majority probably don't. At least that's my assumption, based off what I know. But it's crazy. And the intentions of what we see, we don't know the intentions. In the world we live in, guys, most of the time it's profit. Most of the time it's profit. Because that's the trap we find ourselves in. You know? And when I sit down and meditate, I get random firings off in my brain of all the information being processed. All this information, you know, the news. None of us were at the events that we see on the news. You know, you could argue that it's good to be clear, not to be ignorant on the issues of the world. But the way I see it, we don't even understand the things we see because we're not really experiencing them. We're experiencing profit-driven organizations explaining them in some way through their lens. And why do we need to know about everything? We can't know everything that's going on in the world. We really can't. Because it's virtually infinite, you know? Everything going on in the world. If we could know every single thing, if someone really, 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 really wanted to go there, technically our brains, I'm pretty sure, have an infinite capacity for memory. So someone could know everything that's going on in the human world, but that's just the human world. The truth is, it goes infinitely in each direction. At least that's the way I see it. There's the human world, there's the animal world, there's small. Even in the human world, we don't even know what's going on in us. We have millions of beings living in our own bodies that we're not paying any attention to, like in our stomach, our microbiomes. So we can't know everything that's going on in the world because it gets smaller and smaller and smaller if you look at it in a small way. If you're looking for what's smallest, or if you're looking, I don't know, if you're looking through a magnifying glass, I guess, I don't know. And it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. There's always a bigger fish. As a Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn once said, pretty sure it was him in that scene. But, you know, it doesn't feel like nearly enough. The time I spend meditating, you know, I could spend all hours a day meditating. It's hard because we're not conditioned to meditate. We're not conditioned to really be aware. Because there are people that have learned, just in the way that we learn in our traumas, not to do this, not to do that. Oh, that's not safe. They've learned to need to profit. We've all learned to arrange ourselves in ways that we're now stuck in, and that requires great effort to free ourselves from. And I don't know, if I was serious about this, maybe I'd go to nature. Maybe I'd leave all this behind and give my brain nothing else to process but what's actually real in my experience. You can do that. You know, the option's there. But we also all have responsibility. Or at least we think we do. And it takes a great deal of trust and faith and detachment and transcendence to really step beyond all of this that we're hearing. And look at what's really true. I'll ask you that now. What is really true that you really know to be true? So yeah, man, take time. Look within. Jesus Christ said the kingdom of heaven's within, and that every man is worthy, as in every human being. So have a look within. Be the conscious observer. Be the eternal observer 125. Like and subscribe, I guess. But have trust to go beyond. Do you believe in what you see? It's a good song. Peace and love.